Welcome to America Reads, fun learning activities. We are college students who create learning activities for kids. Our fun activities focus on reading, writing, and math. Thank you for joining us to learn today. My name is Hannah. Today we're going to be learning how to divide a rectangle into same-size squares by using a ruler by drawing onto them rows and columns of equal width and counting how many squares that we made. Before we get started on our activity, let us gather our materials. What you'll need for this simple geometry activity will be a blank sheet of paper, a ruler, and a marker. The first thing we will do is create a rectangle of any size we want. I will make my rectangle 4 inches in width by 8 inches in length. Use your ruler and marker to measure, mark, and draw your rectangle onto your paper. Now I will begin to draw my rectangle. Now that I've finished drawing out my rectangle, I'm going to start to sketch out my rows that go horizontally. Now all of my rows are ready. Now that I have all of my rows, it's time for me to draw my columns, which are going to be vertically. So since each of my rows are 1 inch in thickness, I also have to make sure that my columns are 1 inch in thickness. Since this side is only 2 inches, I'm going to have to make only 2 columns. Side note. Remember that a square is a shape with equal sides, with each side being the same length. So here we have a square and one side is 1 inch, which means the other side is also 1 inch. But for a rectangle, the sides are not of equal length. One side could be 1 inch, but the other side could be 2 inches. Awesome! Now that we have all of our rows and columns drawn out, it's time to count the number of squares that make up this rectangle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 squares that make up this rectangle. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think that all rectangles, even ones of different sizes, have the same number of squares when we do this activity? So let me show you a different rectangle that we have here to see if you're right. Do you think we're gonna have the same number of squares or not? Let's see. So I divided this other rectangle that's smaller than the first one into 2 columns, but there's no rows because it's not big enough. And we see that when we count the number of squares, there were only 2. So as you can see, the smaller the rectangle, the less number of squares. Since rectangles are made of squares, so the smaller the rectangle it is, the less squares that can fit inside of that rectangle. Thank you for learning with us today. We hope you come back to learn some more. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will be back with more videos. I hope that you have a great understanding of what it means to divide a rectangle into equally sized squares by drawing onto it rows and columns. We hope you come back to learn some more. Thank you for watching the video. Bye!